Beginning accounts receivable balances setup. For shops already in business when starting to use MaxxTraxx, any outstanding receivables that were tracked in another software program or by hand will need to be entered one at a time in MaxxTraxx. Let's take a look at how that's done. From the toolbar, click the customer search icon and enter the customer's name or the customer's company name that this accounts receivable should be assigned to, and enter, and either right-click and select Create New Invoice, or double-click on the customer name to open the record. You might want to do the second method to be able to see what balance due is already listed. Click the yellow Customer Options button on the left and select Create New Invoice from here. This is where you enter the information for each outstanding invoice for that customer. Date of the invoice. I hit Tab, enter the amount, Tab. I would enter the invoice number here in the Notes field. Tab. And here is where you disperse the other side of the transaction. Note behind here, MaxxTraxx assigned one side of the transaction to post to the 12,000 receivables account. In most cases, the other side of the transaction is posted to the 19,900 System Balance Initial Setup account. And click OK. Click OK again, and this transaction is posted on the customer's account. Each outstanding invoice can be entered this way, or the entire outstanding balance can be entered as a single outstanding invoice. The benefit of entering each outstanding invoice and entering the original date of the invoice is that the AR statement will show aging 30, 60, 90 days correctly. For outstanding credits, click the Customer Options button, but select Create New Credit this time. And note the background is yellow instead of green, like on the Create New Invoice screen. Again, posting the other side of the transaction to the 19,900 account. One thing to note, when printing this customer's accounts receivable statement that includes these new system accounts receivable invoice entries, click Customer Options and Print AR Statement. Be sure to select the Show Accounts Receivable Activity checkbox and enter the number of days since the oldest AR invoice or credit you've entered. I'll just enter 90 days for this example, and click OK. You'll see here this statement will show activity for those 90 days that I entered, including the new system invoices and credits that you entered with the invoice number next to it. Note the invoice detail does not show below, which is all that would print if we had not selected that checkbox. Now this is only for the new system invoices and credits. As you can see, the AR invoices created by posting a repair order in MaxxTraxx on account does list the repair order number next to it. So just a suggestion until all those old invoices get paid. And this concludes the lesson on beginning accounts receivable balances setup.